Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the corporate world one filing at a time. Today we're diving into Bitmine Immersion Technologies, Inc., a company that is apparently making waves in the tech world. Let's see if these waves are for good or if they're a sign of stormy seas ahead. Before we dive in, if you love getting straightforward insights from these official documents without the corporate jargon, make sure you are subscribed. And while you are at it, join our Discord community linked down below for even more discussions. Alright, so we've got a Form 8K filing from Bitmine Immersion Technologies, Inc. Now an 8K is basically a report for significant events that shareholders should know about, things that aren't in the regular quarterly or annual reports. Think major news like a big deal or a change at the top. The big news here is that on the 17th of November 2025, Bitmine Immersion Technologies, Inc., or as they call themselves, the company put out an investor presentation. They're planning to use this for talking to investors and for other business reasons. They also released a video for their shareholders to give them an update on the business and what they're up to. And to top it all off, they issued a press release announcing both the presentation and the video. It sounds like they're really eager to share some news. Now, what is in this investor presentation and video that has them so excited? Well, the filing itself doesn't give us the nitty-gritty details of the presentation or the video content directly. It just tells us that these documents are attached as exhibits. We can infer that they're going to be talking about their business and operations, likely highlighting their successes and future plans. The video script is also attached. This is where we might get more of a feel for the company's messaging and what they want their shareholders to believe about their progress. Given the name Bitmine Immersion Technologies, we can assume they're involved in something related to Bitcoin mining and perhaps immersive technologies, maybe virtual reality or augmented reality tied into that. The combination is certainly intriguing. The press release is essentially a summary and announcement of the other two items. It's designed to get the word out and encourage people to look at the investor presentation and the video. It's a common tactic to try and get positive buzz going. So, what is the big takeaway here? Bitmine Immersion Technologies, Inc. is actively communicating with its investors and the public. They've put out materials that suggest they have something important to share about their company's progress. We don't have the exact financial numbers immediately in this filing beyond what is typically in an 8K's header information about the company itself, like its state of incorporation and file numbers. But the fact that they're releasing these presentations and videos signals that they are likely either announcing positive developments, or perhaps trying to rally support or explain a situation that needs context. Usually when companies release this kind of information, it is because they want to manage expectations, highlight growth, or potentially address concerns. So we'd be looking for clues in the presentation and video about their revenue streams, their profitability, any new products or market strategies, and their overall outlook for the future. Are they acquiring new companies? Are they launching groundbreaking tech? Are they facing new competition? That is the kind of story we're trying to find within these filings. Now, let's look at the immediate details in the filing. We see here that the company is registered in Delaware and has been assigned a commission file number and an IRS employer identification number. It is also listed that their common stock, with a par value of $0.0001, trades under the symbol BMNR on the NYSE American LLC. This tells us they are a publicly traded company, and this filing is a requirement for them. What is really interesting is the checkmark indicating they are an emerging growth company. This classification allows them to take advantage of certain regulatory flexibilities, often related to financial reporting. They have also opted not to use the extended transition period for complying with new or revised financial accounting standards. This means they are adopting newer accounting rules faster, which can be a sign of transparency or a strategic choice to keep their financial reporting streamlined. Based on this filing, the most important information is that Bitmine Immersion Technologies, Inc. is proactively engaging its stakeholders. The absence of detailed financial tables in this specific 8. K means we'll have to get those from their main financial reports like the 10Q or 10K. However, the timing of this release coinciding with an investor presentation and video suggests they are keen to shape the narrative around their company. When you see a company putting out these kinds of materials, especially an investor presentation, you have to ask yourself what they are trying to achieve. Are they trying to boost investor confidence? Are they preparing for a new funding round? Or are they just giving a routine update? The fact that they're doing it on the 17th of November 2025 means this is very recent news. Ultimately, what this 8K tells us is that Bitmine Immersion Technologies, Inc. is actively communicating. The real story will be in the content of that investor presentation and video. We need to analyze those materials to understand their financial health, their strategy, and their potential risks and opportunities. Are they on a path to significant growth, or are they trying to put a positive spin on less than stellar results? without the actual financial data from the presentation or video itself. This filing serves as a heads up. It's like getting an invitation to a party. You know something is happening and you're eager to see what the entertainment is, but you don't know the full story until you get there. So, while this 8K doesn't give us deep financial numbers to crunch, it does highlight a company that is in communication mode. Emerging growth companies can be exciting because they often have high growth potential, but they can also be more volatile. The decision not to use extended transition periods for accounting standards suggests a commitment to current reporting practices, which is usually a good sign. However, without seeing the actual content of their investor materials, it is hard to make a definitive judgment on their direction. It means we need to keep a close eye on their subsequent filings and public announcements to really understand what's going on behind the scenes at Bitmine Immersion Technologies. Inc. It is a company we need to watch closely to see if their immersion technologies and Bitcoin mining ventures translate into solid financial performance. Alright, that is our decoder for this Bitmine Immersion Technologies Inc. filing. What is your guess on what is in that investor presentation? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more. And don't forget to join us on Discord. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.